morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh boy, I can't turn my lights on. Okay. I have thought, taking advice from a very smart lady, I think I'm going to do a couple days of in-betweeners, what I call in-betweeners. I need to back up a little bit. Because I did so much work with my book report, thought process, just thought process. I'm kind of like, okay, I solved all the mysteries. So, most of the mysteries. And, I'm like, I'm bored. I'm bored. I can't be bored because it hasn't even started yet. And I'm not bored anything like I would be normally if I had done so much more ahead of time. But, I thought maybe I'll paint a little bit. And then I was thinking, I've got 1,001 jelly prints on the mediocre side. In my opinion, mediocre side. They're probably like way less than juvenile for a real person, but that's okay. So I'm thinking I need some English gardens. So I thought maybe, you know how you watch artists, real people artists, put a color background across their whole canvas? That's a jelly plate transfer already. So maybe I can make practice an English garden. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, I just thought of something. I'm going through this pile here. This is dry acrylic in most cases. So, can I put watercolor on top of it? I don't exactly remember how all that stuff goes, what layers you can put on top of what layers. So, I guess that's what this month is all about, right? Practicing. Oh, you know what? Let's try with Neocolor 2s today. Now this is going to be, I printed out a couple pictures of English gardens painted as a reference. Now, if y'all know me, I am not an artist. So, this one here might be the easiest as far as less shapes involved. Let's just try this. And it doesn't have to be, ready for the Met yet. I'm just going to draw brown. Let's see, where's a gray brown? And maybe I need to make some colors up. Here's a gray. All right, let's try drawing our shape, sort of. Now, keep in mind, I'm just kind of doing some in-betweeners, and I'm not an artist, and I can't draw, but I have fun doing all of those things as if I were an artist. If you can hear my wash machine, today's the day for wash, so sorry. This might be too big actually, but oh well. There's a cricket right outside the window. My 49ers won, hands down. Sorry, Pittsburgh Steelers. One of the commentators. Anybody that has Spectrum that might watch these videos, Spectrum is our cable provider. And that's where we get our internet. But Spectrum and Disney and ESPN and the colors, the channels under their umbrellas. I think they said there was 27 channels are in dollar disputes. And so Spectrum cut them off. Well, you can't cut off ESPN, ESPN2, the SEC channel, the ACC channel, the ESPN, the Spanish station of ESPN, and some of, at the beginning of football season, college football, professional football, the U.S. Open men's and women's finals yesterday and Saturday. Oh, so I broke down. And it's only the Spectrum. Anybody else that has a different provider is getting ESPN. At first I thought it was ESPN complete, but no, it's just Spectrum's feed of ESPN. And Disney and National Geographic and Disney channels like National Geographic Kids, Nat Geo Kids. There's 27 channels. Oh, so mad. So I found an ESPN. No, I found an NFL channel. Oh yeah, the NFL channel. And we only have the second tier. We don't do all the others. Like our next door neighbor has a sports package, so he might. I don't know. I'm assuming he gets them because I would have heard from him already because he's a huge sports fanatic of every sport. And it's like the actors going on strike. Not that I condone them. I think what they're doing is right. But there's movies coming out and new TV channels and new TV series. I mean, new TV season. Even though TV is not like it used to be. I don't even watch TV except for sports and CNN when I can tolerate it. Oh, speaking of CNN, the earthquake in Morocco. Horrible. Horrible. All right, I've got lines on here. I'm trying to see if it's lifting any of this other up. I don't think so. Just the water itself. I don't know. I don't think I'm doing this right. If only I had a handy paint palette. That's a joke because I have 77 of them. But I'm seriously not seeing one right here. Where are they? Could they be in the drawer marked paint palette? Miscellaneous paint palette. These are all watercolors. Where are my... Huh. Interesting. I know when I packed some stuff to go to the beach last week or the week before. Oh, here they are. I haven't unpacked it. No, that's not them. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This will work. This is jelly wash. This will work. You can tell this went back and forth to the beach because I always put a bag around it. And these are completely dried out. But they reconstitute enough for my likes. Oh. So yeah, we're just going to play for a couple days because I've done so much advanced work. I now know the next steps for next month. Okay, that's not coming through at all. Ugh. You know what? That I don't want to be too purposeful in what I do next. My husband went outside and the dog is freaking out. We're thinking he ate something because he had some digestive issues most of the day yesterday and half of the day before. So we're thinking maybe he ate something. When I walk him, I try not to let him eat stuff along the road because it's not good for him. But his father, on the other hand, is not a free-range parent, except for with his dog he is. He was kind of a free-range. He wasn't a free-range parent, but he was very lax. Thus the problems we have with all of them. We don't. He does. I don't. I stepped back. Which we were actually talking about that yesterday. I think we're going to see an estate planner. Just because there's some very, 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 very greedy people. If he goes first. And they've been getting it all their lives. And I'm not giving them any. They might have to get jobs. Imagine that. I don't think this is working at all. I might have learned something here. And I'm sure there's tools I could use differently, better. I need acrylic paint to go on top of acrylic paint. Pretty sure. Somebody said they just bought some of these. You're gonna have fun. Ick. Now, I don't think you can mess with water with these things. They gotta just dry. I don't know, it's tempera paint. Okay, hold on a second, hold on. Here's acrylic, right here. Not the right colors, but still just an experimental mode if I could even do this. Now there's a ton of water on here. Do I have a green one of these? Yes, somewhere. I guess I could go in with my good gouache, but I don't want to experiment with good gouache. You know what I mean? It's interesting how this is interesting actually. I'm making a couple bushes, or just the shape of bushes, with Neocolor 2s. And then going in with acrylic is kind of changing the colors. I mean, because this is a blush pink, or rose portrait it says. You see the brown and the rose is making a color, but it's not lifting up the acrylic underneath, which I'm pretty sure I thought I knew that would not happen, but you never know. So does that look like a house in an English garden? Heck no! Ay, ay, ay. Well, it might just be an abstract painting by the time I'm done. Really abstract. that's okay. A couple of days of in-betweeners, not the whole week, just a couple days to kind of just give me a break in between all the work I did this weekend, mostly Saturday. It's supposed to be trees. But I was just going to town. It rained a good bit Saturday, so I guess that was a good day to do it. And I was watching college football. If you don't know me already, I do like football. And college for one reason and professional for another. Probably college because I think their hearts are still in it. They're not influenced by fame and all that other. I mean, even though you go into an $80,000 seat stadium, if you go into Carolina, we don't have a great football team, but we got a great stadium, let me just tell you. But, I mean, SEC is a tough division. The professionals, I think I just love the 49ers, so I watch other professionals too. That was with the NFL channel app that I bought. I think it was like $80 for a year. But Sling TV, which is another cable provider, is trying to come in, because I've been getting ads like left and right, and say, we will give you ESPN and Disney and their umbrellas for $7 a month. But basically they are trying to, they're only going to do it for a certain amount of time because they want you to subscribe for the whole year, which is like $200 a month. Like, no, we already pay $200 a month for Spectrum, which includes our cable, so our internet, I think, might actually be more than that. I don't know. My husband pays it. I don't see it even, which is a part of our estate planning topic we had yesterday. I need to kind of know what bills he's paying for the house, for his business and his kids. I don't want to know. But for the house, because, I mean, I haven't paid a utility bill in 28 years. I know, that's sad. I know how to do it because I used to do it in my own, when I was single, which wasn't very long. Well, it was about 4 years. But, and when I was married before, which was only 4 years, I paid him. I mean, like, his ex-wife doesn't know how to pay anything because she's never done it. Terrible. But I mean, like our stocks and stuff like that, I know where to go. Those guys, I've met with them a time or two and I know where to go. But it's just smart at our ages. And he's 15 years older than me, so hello. The odds, he's in better health than I am, but the odds. Can you see a house? Sort of. You know what? I think I'm going to dry this. I'm going to turn you off for a minute and dry this. I wonder. There's a couple damp spots here. I don't hate this technique. If only I could draw better, but I don't hate this. Ken, you're showing up on my YouTube channel. I don't think he realized I was still in here. He never knows where I am. It's a good thing we don't have a bigger house. just kind of writing, coloring suggestions of bushes. Apparently this is not going to look like that at all, but that's okay. This was an experiment for me, and I'm not disliking how it's coming out. I really don't dislike this. I wonder now if I went over some of this in black. Stabilo. Give it a more gloomy, I mean, obviously this is very childlike. Abstract. Not childlike, it's abstract. I know what I'm doing. The Stabilos work the best in all of this, and maybe I'm not letting stuff dry in the right amount of times, but still fun. Still fun. And it got me away from what's happening in the other English garden next month. I don't dislike this. I know it's very rudimentary and elementary, but I don't dislike it. Have a brown. Yeah. And then I could maybe go in with colored pencil and add like shingles and windows. Well, we need to kind of outline where our windows need to go. And our door's kind of hidden behind this bush. And we have a round window in the attic, even though this house doesn't. Ooh, that water. Oh, because there's other stuff under here. Whatever was under here, that water's picking that up. I was watching 60 Minutes. It was an old segment last night, or on their channel or something. I don't know. But it was the Jeff Koons, the American artist that developed those like balloon dogs and sells them for $100 million, literally crazy amounts of money. But when he was young, he had no fear. His mother told him at one point when he was in his late teens, I think, that Salvador Dali lived part of the time in New York City. Now this was many moons ago, but like in the 50s or 40s, 50s or 60s, maybe 60s or 70s, I don't know. But that he ought to go stand outside his apartment building, and when he came out one time, if he came out, get his autograph or get a picture of him or something. So he called him. In those days, you could call people, I guess. Or he called the apartment, the hotel, where he had an apartment. Said, "Can I speak with Salvador Dali?" And they said, "Sure." They transferred him, and he answered the phone. And he said that I was a young high school person, and I would like to meet you. He said, "If you can be in my lobby of my apartment building at noon, Thursday, whatever it was." Yes. And he did. And he did. He took a picture of him. I mean, can you imagine know what? I really like this in a weird sort of way. I bet you tomorrow I'm going to let this dry overnight and let it really, really, really dry, all the layers of paint dry. And I'm going to come back in with colored pencils and see what happens. I know you can't go on top of this with magic markers because that will ruin your markers for one thing. But that would be kind of fun. That would give us a good spooky possibility. Sorta, I guess. Sorta. I mean, like I could make pumpkins or apples or... Where's that house? I could replicate that. That I could replicate. Just put a couple of these together. Ooh, 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 that's Wednesday. Okay. Fun. Not exactly where I was starting to go, but that's okay. That's okay. The in-betweener days are for things like this. Okay. Which ones are these are cool? Cool. I think they're cool. My Neocolor 2s are separated by cool and warm. They're supposed to go in here, but they're not that small yet. They last a very long time. I am having a lot of fun with that. Might back off some of this black. Nope, not with that. Not gonna work. Okay, we're gonna let it dry and come back tomorrow and play on it some more. Colored pencils. Add details. Thank you for watching. See you all tomorrow in my little gloomy English garden.